Yay, I'm excited to do this. This will be my last Zoom in where I live now. So the next time you guys see me, you'll be seeing me from our new place, which I'm so excited about. It's crazy. This is my mail just in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't even opened this. And I use this example all the time to tell people, people get so emotionally distraught about not hearing if somebody got their card. Let me show you something. If you have sent me a card, you have not heard from me because it's still right here. It doesn't mean that it won't be seen. It's just don't think that people just don't go there. Send a card because you want to send a card. Don't send a card because you're hoping that somebody else is going to do something because of it. You got to release that energy and send the card just because you want to send the card, to touch someone in kindness. Awesome. Well, it's been almost 2 weeks now since our world as we knew it changed, everybody. And I know that a lot of you are in areas of distress, and some of you are in areas of rise and blessing, and everybody's in a different space and place. And my heart goes out to those of you that are going through the shift. I hope it's a shift and not a crash. And that's why I wanted to come on here and kind of share with you what it's doing for a lot of you. I'm going to mute you guys, mute all just because of the background noises. And then we can unmute when we're going to talk. And I want you to see it in my eyes so that I can transfer some of my energy onto you so you can create the same results that are being created by those that are able to move their energy forward in this way that is of opportunity. Yes, what's happening in the world is traumatic. Let's just face it. It's never happened in our lifetime. It's going to cause terrible things in the world. Lots of people, I get chills when I take myself back to 2008, losing homes and losing businesses and laying people off and cutting back and downsizing and crying yourself to sleep every night and having panic attacks and having to negotiate the leases and negotiate the mortgages and trying to get loans and get told no and trying to just all of it, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. And then you find out they left overnight and packed up and went down the street to somebody else's house, just all this stuff and draining and liquidating. If you're going through any part of that, I just want you to know that my heart goes out to you. And I want you to understand that all your prayers are being answered right now. Whatever you've been praying for, wishing for, wanting for, and desiring is coming true. You have to trust the process. I made a post last night. I don't expect you guys to have seen it because everybody's crazy busy right now with time and trying to stay off social media. But it was not even a month ago that we were in Las Vegas at this convention that we were in nosebleed sections. I'm talking the cement wall was behind our head. You could not get in a more nosebleed seat for $500. Okay, on the seat was $25,000 to $15,000 on the floor in the front seats, those seats. That's how much it was. 12,000 people in this room. It was probably one of the last events that I'm ever going to go to publicly, 12,000 people. And we went there knowing that our world is in total chaos. We're getting ready to move. I'm co-authoring this book. I'm working on Cody's project that you guys don't know about. I'm working on another project that is really big in my life. I'm got so much going on. Got a 16-year-old, an 86-year-old father. I've got life going on. And my office is in the middle of our kitchen, in the corner of our kitchen. This has been my world for 4 years. Okay. So I'm a big pain to my family because they have to clear the area because I talk so loud. I'm sorry. I can't talk quietly. Whenever I do try and talk quietly, all I get is, oh my God, did I wake you up? Are you okay? Are you sick? Seriously, that's what I get. So I just have to be me. Anyway, we went to this convention saying, okay, we know that all of their courses are really great, but they cost a lot of money. They're a fortune. Okay. These courses are a fortune. We're not going to make an investment while we're there. We've got to just go because we've always wanted to go. And it was a bucket list thing of ours to go to this convention. So we go to this convention and it's speaker after speaker, and we're just taking it all in and enjoying it, having no promptings whatsoever to do anything until this one guy that gets up there to talk about this one, my hairs just go up, and he talks about how, do you have something that's really great that the world needs, but you haven't quite put it together in a way, not meaning in a format type of way, but you haven't been able to get your signature talk down where when you step on a stage, you can present it to all people so that they understand it in a way so that you can help everybody that's sitting in that room. Is that you? And Jim and I looked at each other and we went, oh my God, that is exactly where I'm at in my journey, because I've got all the content. I can help anybody. I've got it all. I've paid the money to have the system built. Where my next step was, where my disconnect was, is how do I deliver the message to the world so that they can see that I can help them, right? So that's where my disconnect was. And it's all part of the journey to get to on that big stage where I'm helping 12,000 people. You know, that's, and a stage doesn't have to be an in-person stage. This is a stage right here. I'm on a stage right here. And so we looked at each other and we were like, oh my God, this is it. And if you know my husband does not spend money. My husband is the introvert, analytical, frugal guy, which is the reason why we have any money, because I'm not that person. Let's give it away and let's help this person, and you get a car and you get a car and I don't care, you know, I'm that person. So we looked at each other and he is a very think about it, methodical, analytical, let me go home and punch some numbers and run some spreadsheets and that kind of stuff, you know? And I'm like, let's go. So I wasn't that way here, but I looked at him and he said, this is it. This is what you need to do. And I had on the side, so you guys all know Shuffle. I had started Shuffle a long time ago and I had just let Shuffle sit, the money sit and accumulate. And I was like, this money and I've been teaching Bella, Bella, you need money setting and growing somewhere on the side that you're going to use solely for investing into something that is going to continue to grow. It's not money that you go buy a new stereo with or a new computer with. It's something that you use to reinvest. And I had just recently looked at the Shuffle balance and saw how much it was. And when they put the price of it up there on the board and to the penny, it was the same exact amount. When we looked at each other and said that, and I pulled up the screen and the deposit, the page that shows the amount that's in the account, and I showed it to him, he said, go do it now. I'll sit here and I'll figure out how to shuffle some money around to make it happen. Because we had to pay for it right then. It was that type thing. You guys, that was almost a month ago. That happens. I come home. Now, this is a course that requires this chick to do homework. And what does this chick not do well? Anything that requires homework. I don't know if it's just the word, but something I need to work on. I need a lesson for that. Oh, wait, I have one. Anyway, so I'm studying. We're putting hours into it. And now, sidebar, I hired my husband when he was 21, 22 to work for me as my assistant in my businesses. He changed my business life and somehow we ended up married. I was 30, he was 21, do the math, it was fun. It's been 23 years, okay? But this guy has always been my assistant. He's always been my assistant. He's still my assistant. And he said to me, he said, I'll get you through the course. If you want to take it, I'll get you through the course. So he came home with me and played professor with me every night. Come on, we're going to sit down and we're going to do homework. Come on, focus, read it again, write it down, you know, and just getting me through it, because that's just the way I am. I'm not that brain, and he is. So he was thriving on it, and I was enjoying it. No idea where it was going to take me. The following week, we're out house hunting, and we're looking and looking and looking. And when I say house hunting, I mean apartment hunting, because I won't get into a house situation right now, and for personal reasons. We don't want to be rooted. And so we're looking, and in San Diego, everything's this big for this much money. So like our apartment that we live in now is this big and we pay $4,300 a month for it. So you process that in your mind. So, and it's very rare to find a 3-bedroom. So we're in a 3-bedroom here. Most places are 2 bedrooms. So we were looking at places. And so Jim says, hey, this one place just came available at this new place that just did a total remodel. It's brand new. Let's go check it out. And we walk in and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I'm a view girl. I got to have a view. I walk in and all I see is this office. The door closes. It's a beautiful room. I'm like, I don't care what this place looks like. I don't care what the view is. I don't care anything. This is it. This is going to be my baby so that I can help make my dreams come true. Now, mind you, the world didn't crash yet. Okay. So prompting to join, drain the bank account, make the largest investment I've ever made into myself, join the course. Come home, go against the grain of all the studying and everything that I'm doing, forcing myself to get the stuff done, making time, find the office. The next week, the world crashes. You guys, I cannot believe what is happening right now. And it's because I'm trusting in the process. I keep visualizing myself and what it is that I'm going to become and be able to have. And I'm not forcing the direction. I'm letting, keep leading me. Thank you. Keep leading me. Keep leading me. Stop it, kid. My kid's dancing over here trying to distract me. I'm going to embarrass you and turn the camera on you. And that's what I want you guys to understand. So literally, I did my first signature talk from what I've learned. It's been amazing. But just every day, people joining every day. People I don't know. I got interviewed on a podcast show, people joining off the radio show. I got interviewed on another one that just went live 3 days ago, got more people off that one. Now people are referring people. And it's all because I hold the vision in my mind. I'm trusting the process. I'm listening to the little voice in my head. I made the largest investment I ever made into myself that brought me to this next level point, because I wouldn't have focused if I hadn't done it. Anyway, I want you guys to all understand what's happening in the world is answering your prayers. Get your focus off the coronavirus. Get your focus off, I can't go out. My kids are home, blah, blah, blah. Get your focus off that and put your focus on the hidden blessing. This is what I've been praying for. I wasn't praying for coronavirus. I was praying for the opportunity for the doors to open. I was praying for more time. I was praying for more customers. I was praying for the people to see what it is that I need. Do you realize we've been handed that to ourselves on a silver platter? People want to be told what they need to do. I got a phone call yesterday. Hey, Darla. Okay, it's time. I got laid off. You're right. This day is here. Tell me what I need to do. Okay? Tell me what I need to do, Darla. Okay, you know what you need to do? You need a 97 and a 395, and you need to get in my training course, and you need to be on my calendar every week. He said, okay, done. Sign up, done. Now he's creating productivity. People need to be told what they need to be led. They want to be led. When you're saying, and this morning I had a talk with Eve. Was it you that I had this talk to that I helped write the thing? Yeah, it was. Okay. I've had 3 since you. And people, this may or may not be for you. That's my line. Listen, this may or may not be for you. You'll never know if you don't at least do some research. You've got time on your hands. If I send you a link, will you do some research so you can know for sure it's not for you? People need to be told what to do. Do you get it? This may or may not be for you, but do you know somebody that's been laid off lately or needs to learn how to make money from home? Yeah, you do. We're surrounded by them. Do you feel my posture? Do you feel my posture in my words? I'm going to unmute now. Now, I'm going to keep giving you analogies, okay? I've got 2 more analogies I want to give you, stories I want to give you before I go through some of the things that I've been doing with people that is working incredibly. I used to be in a company, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it was a health and wellness company. I was paid to go to this company. I was paid a lot of money to go to this company because once you make $1 million in network marketing, you're on a list. And people that are on a list, to make $1 million, you have a network. People that know you, love you, like you, follow you. So when our first company went down and we were making $42,000 a month when our first company went down. We'd already made $2.5 million. This company goes down, I've got to do something to replace my income because I'm going broke overnight, So now I know that I'm of value. Well, this whole thing called the health and wellness boom was coming, and this is what people were doing, health and wellness. And so company, dating us, offering us all kinds of things. Young company, energy drinks, health and wellness, and they were offering us a lot of money. And so we got paid to go there and we brought our team. So once we got there, we realized that the type of business plan that it was not something that was going to be able to allow us to go make millions of dollars again because of the way the way the structure of the compensation plan was and the way we were placed in that compensation plan. So I was praying really hard. Lord, please help me with a way, give me the answer, lead me. I know I need to make a shift. I'm not going to quit on my team. I'm not going to leave my team. I will stay here and struggle with my team, but please find a way for me to make the next move. I'll do what you do for me. They were wrongly shut down for 30 days. That's it, 30 days. But during that 30 days, nobody knew if they were ever going to open again. And what that 30 days did is gave everybody a window to shift. So that's what enabled me to get to leave. And that's how I found Send Out Cards. And I want you guys to know that Send Out Cards was the only company that wasn't offering to pay me money or to give me a master leg, or how companies do. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of value and worth to the knowledge that I bring to any business. Businesses pay people all the time to come work for them. They hire chefs, they hire hairdressers, master hairdressers. They hire people to come work for them. There's nothing wrong with that. I want you guys to understand that. And I had lots of companies scouting me. And Send Out Cards was not offering to pay a penny. You couldn't get in at a higher position. You had to start at the bottom just like everybody else. That's why I was able to come here and break so many records, because I have a following of people that follow me, like Elaine and people, Cinda and Tammy, and these people that they know that my integrity, and I won't leave them, and I will always be here. I don't have quit in me, that type of thing. And so I came to Send Out Cards because of that little voice, that same little voice that spoke to me in Vegas. You guys all have a little voice in your head. Every single one of you have a little voice. You do. That little voice speaks to you, and that little voice tells you when you know something is right and you know something is now. And I want you guys to follow my little voice. This company, and I'm in a lot of companies, you guys. This company is the company to be in. It's not the only company to be in. It is the company to be in. And I want you to understand the difference of that. There's nothing wrong with you also being in your health and wellness company and selling your other thing. This company is the anomaly. This company is the exception to the rule of all businesses, because people need this company in no matter what business that it is that they do. So a lot of it boils down to you closing yourself. You closing yourself. You're not closed. Some of you are not closed yourself. Okay, you got to close yourself on understanding that nothing matters more than relationships, and this is the company that provides the tool and the system to be able to build the relationships that are going to lead you to the next opportunity, referral, friend, and love. Does all that make sense? Is that kind of clicking to you? Okay, so you got to have that posture when you're talking to somebody else. You got to say, listen, this isn't about you changing industries or changing careers or changing jobs. This is about you having a tool in your life that's going to enable you to be able to build connections and relationships. That's it. Okay, very good. Does anyone have a question to ask me up to this point?
I'm just telling you, Darla, that it really connects with me. Since I got in Send Out Cards, I jumped on board with Robert and I kept postponing, and now that little thing inside my head, even my wife says, Neil, this is what we need to do now. Mm-hmm. So, and your advice is haunting me now since the last 14 days. I don't know if you remember what you said, but Neil, you've got to start moving now because something's coming.
Yes.
And my industry went from making a living, and I haven't had a sale in 2 weeks. And I'm a straight commission salesperson. So.
Yeah. What I want you guys to learn during this time, you're welcome, thank you, is don't ever allow yourself to be in a single stream of income, all eggs in one basket, one paycheck, one income stream into your life. That was one of my biggest lessons. When I was in the salon industry and we were doing $150,000 a month, $3 million, whatever we were doing, ridiculous amounts of money. I never thought my industry would be wiped out from underneath me. And it wasn't my industry that was wiped out from underneath me. It was my high client profile, because I didn't understand residual income back then. Then I got in my first network marketing company, rose straight to the top of that thing, blew the roof off of that thing, and had life by the horns, but never thought in a million dreams that company, that industry, which was telecom went away. This was back when people paid long distance to talk next door, and now it's gone. And so then I said, okay, I'm learning from each one of these things. You guys, you learn. And I learned, okay, it's about the streams of incomes that are coming. And so then I said, I'm going to have 30 streams of income. I am going to figure out a way to have 30 streams of income coming into my life. I'm at 11 now. I went from somebody who had one and a few you know, to realizing, okay, I am on my way to 30 streams of income, whether it's going to be property investments or these little accounts that we have and these little businesses that are our tools to be able to create human connections, whatever they are, my coaching programs, my virtual assistant programs, all these things that are growing. I'm growing these things for a reason. My umbrella is creating connections, whether I have to teach somebody mentally or if I teach them through their business or I'm teaching them through their tools and their strategies. This is what I want you guys to understand. This 2020 is the boom of the online business coaching and consulting phenomenon that's going to come, and you got to be in front of the wave. You got to be on the wave, and that's where we're at. We're on the wave. So invest yourself into becoming the best student you can be. I love using Elaine as my example because she's been with me for nearly 11 years. You would not even recognize this woman of who she is compared to what she used to be. It's unbelievable. She used to be 5'2", now she's 6'11", and you would never even know it. And you want to talk about shy? She comes from a one-stoplight town in the middle of a town called Truth or Quinces, New Mexico, which is 4 hours from nowhere, you know, and you can look and see her whole town, and that's the whole town, and she was born there. So most shyest in high school, you name it, introverted, quiet, timid, not anymore, boy, because she learned how to work on this thing and she got to work on it and she never stopped and she learned how to visualize and she learned how to manifest and she learned how to time block and she learned how to calendar map and she learned how to start creating connections and she learned how to overcome the objections and she learned how to not judge people and not take it personal and she got her thick skin, huh, Elaine? All that. And now this woman has applied and she's retired from her job that she hated forever. And she got her life back. And now she's applied her analytical, systematic, detail-oriented brain into the systems of how to funnel people. That's it. How to love on and funnel people. And that's what she does. And she's understood that just plant the seeds, nurture the seeds, nurture the seeds. I hate to use it's a numbers game, but it kind of is a numbers game. But what's happened in the world is it's now directing everybody our way. Okay. It's now creating an abundancy of people for us to go connect with. And let me tell you, they're all praying for what? They're praying for something, whether it's to make more money, to work from home, to be able to provide for their family. And you know how many people are saying, I'm so pissed off at myself right now that I'm in this position again? A lot. A lot of people are saying that. Sorry, Neil. Did I hit home for you? But so I helped Eve earlier create a post. So let me go. I want to go share my screen. Okay. Hi there. I hope this message finds you healthy and in quarantine. And you guys could put this on a card too. You really can. I want to share a story with you. As you already know, I am in the pet sitting business. Since the world has gone into isolation, naturally clients are canceling, which I completely expected. However, what I want to share is something I never expected. You know those cards that I have been sending for years? Well, that business has taken off. Let me explain why. Never in our lives have relationships and human connections ever mattered more than now. We are isolated and disconnected, and those cards are a way to connect and replace that much needed human touch. People in business like myself understand that the world of business and connections is rapidly changing, which is pushing those people to cards and generating paychecks for referring the service to others. This is why I want to share this with you. It may or may not be for you. However, you may know someone that is in need or either making extra money, looking for a way to work a business from home, or a way to create client loyalty for the future. Would you be interested in learning more so you can see if this is for you or someone you may know? If so, I can send you a link and research videos on it, or we can set up a Zoom to show you personally how it works. You tell me. Send a link or set up a Zoom. And this whole thing, you guys, there's so much in here that takes learning. It takes learning how to use the right words. It takes learning how to ask the right questions. It takes learning how to put their emotions in the message. It's learning how to use if I and would you, and asking the people for them to tell you which way works for them, how to remove it off of them and put it onto a third person. All that is in here. How to bring what's happening into the world, into the message. All of that takes work. So when I say trust the process, as you're failing and as you're getting told no, where'd you go? As you're failing and you're getting told no and you're beating your head against the wall and you're getting told you're this and one thing or another, understand that you're in the process of learning that. You're learning that, you guys. I've put in decades of work to learn how to talk to people, to learn how to be a connector, to learn how to use the words. And most importantly, where my credibility comes from is I'm still standing strong in my belief of what I do in this as a person in this industry. People don't see me waver. They don't see me shake. I'm not one here and one there, one day and then here. I am proud to be a network marketer. I will sit and have a detailed conversation with somebody that says that's a pyramid scheme. I know how you feel. I felt the same way too. Those words, instead of saying, oh, well, you just don't know, unfriend, like we used to do. That's part of the process that you're learning. And so, Tammy, I know for you, you get frustrated because you're in this space of the process because you've been playing with it for so many years, playing with it. And for many of you, the blessing is you got laid off. You got laid off. Congratulations. The answer to your prayers just came true because you were praying for a way to get out of that damn job. Think about that. Yeah. And so now you get to stand on your feet and figure out how to get out of it now that you've been given the answer to your prayers. So no, woe is me, I'm victim, oh poor me. None of that is allowed. I am so grateful and thankful that I was provided for this opportunity, and I know that I am going to land on solid ground, and if it takes me to hit the bottom before I can rise to the top, I will be there. That's what I'm talking about. That there's some people having great success with things that they're doing, and the overall, when you go look at the success that they're having as they're sharing their screenshots, all it is, you guys, is they're in activity. That's it. They're in activity. They're doing something versus nothing. And so when I said I sent out 250 something copy paste messages and got a calendar full of appointments, it's only because of the massive number of people that I sent the message to warranted something, because it's impossible to send out mass messages and not get the reply. So when somebody says, thank you, I got your card, this is my reply. I say, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me know you got it. There has never been a time in our lives than now for sending cards. Human connections are what everyone needs to be working on right now, not only for business, but for humanity and sanity. Do you agree with that? If so, I want to show you how to use cards to love on the masses. Yes, I agree. I would love for you to show me that. And that's what I'm doing, okay? And then from there, you guys, now I am a huge user of Shuffle because of my time. What I said to this guy after that is I said, you tell me how you would like to learn. Do you want me to send you a link, or would you like to set up a Zoom? 9 times out of 10, they say, send me a link. So then I send a Shuffle card with exactly what I want it to say, with what I want them to learn. So if you look right here, you'll see that I use that line often on this post that I did here on my page for Eve. So see more. It says, you tell me, send you a link or set up a Zoom. So this lady said, send a link. So right here, I went in and I sent her this link. Now let me show you what this link has on it. It has the 12-minute overview by Jordan, the plans and packages, how to get started and how to make money and send out cards, compensation overview, and testimony and the power of unlimited cards. Now, mind you, when I send this, then I message them and I say, if you don't have time to watch them all, watch number 1. And then if you want to learn how to make money, watch number 4. And if you want to see how it's working for people, watch number 5. 1, 4, and 5. I say, if you have time to watch them all, watch them all. And then mind you, I'm watching them watch it. Bing, 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 bing.
Is that available in SOC Shufflers? Can we download? It's
in SOC Shufflers. So this is what happens. Yesterday, I'm sitting on Facebook, and now mind you, this is yesterday. So this is I hadn't talked to her since December 25th. She sent me a Merry Christmas thing, right? So she sends me this picture right here. It's a card I sent her 4 years ago. It says, it was so great to see you again. Let's stay in touch. Your birthday, sister. We share the same birthday. And it says, hope see the invisible, feel the intangible, and achieves the possible. And I sent her a picture of her book on the inside and said, "Congratulations you. This one came first. The good morning came first. It's just out of order because it's on my computer, not my phone." So she said, "Good morning. I guess this is a time to let you know how much I appreciate your kindness and business savvy. I have kept this card visible ever since you mailed it. It's been 3 years." And I said, "You just made my day and proved a very valuable point. Now let me ask you this. Why are you not sending love like that out daily? Look what it does for others and how long it keeps on loving for 3 years so far, and from one card." And then I had sent her that. Okay, so that all went. Then she sends, actually I do, but not with send out cards. I want to show you how I handle that. So she sends me the thumbs up and she sends me her book. She said, "This is my book." And I go straight into, "What do you use?" She said, "Social media, text, mostly now. I am also productive with live videos and creating my YouTube channel, my website, my Amazon, and ebook." I say, yes, those are all great too. I always lift people up and tell them what they're doing is right. I tell them how they're doing the right thing. Yes, that's great. My sentences don't start with the word no or yeah, but. You understand that? Don't start with no, you're missing out, or yeah, but. Don't do that. Okay, I said, yes, those are all great too. However, I don't say yeah, but. I say, however, they do not release dopamine and make people feel loved. Because the reason why I said that is because the card she just shared with me and told me the way it's made her feel for 3 years. So I'm using her emotion. I'm connecting her emotion in with the process. I said, "I want you to trust me for 1 month. I want you to let me teach you during this time of crisis how to get into the hearts of those you want to make a difference with. Will you trust me?" Do you get it? She said, "Okay." Now I say, "When can you Zoom with me?" Now I'm moving straight for the offline. I'm not going for, do you want to learn on a link? Because she already knows. I'm signing her up. She said she's going to trust me. I'm going to get her started. Do you get it? 12 o'clock today. Great. Meet me on Zoom. Got it. See you in a few. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So then we get on and the rest is history. And what I'm doing is making her try it for 1 month. 1 month. I said, "Do you agree that," and we talked about it. I said, do you think somebody could ever get a text, an email, and I named off all of the things that she uses, and message you 3 years later to tell you that that text message or email that you sent them has them thinking about you still 3 years later? I'm using are you guys grabbing what I'm saying here? Are you grabbing what I'm throwing down? I learned that's a teenage phrase. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You know, get it? Get it? But you posture yourself, because let me tell you something, people appreciate it. You don't have, but I will tell you, a lot of it boils down to, you got to know how to use the words. You have to learn how to communicate. You got to learn how to communicate and connect with people. Lulu will tell you, it's imperative. Eve will tell you, all these people that have gone through my coaching program will tell you, it's the key. Mastering the art of human connection starts with you. And I am attractive, not pretty. I'm attractive. Okay. People want to gravitate towards me, right? I'm attractive because I've learned how to get inside of people's soul and connect with them where they're at, not where I'm at. You remember the movie Ghost, where they were on the wheel and the guy would come in and get into her and be her hands and get on that? That's what I do. I can get in with somebody and respect them for where they're at, understand why they're where they're at. It's their process, it's their journey, and not become an enemy, stay a friend, and love people through that process and keep, like, I've got a neighbor who's like, "Darla, I just think what you're doing is a pyramid scheme and a scam, and I want to figure it out, and I want you to convince me otherwise, because I see how happy you are, but God, I can't stand what the thought is inside of me of what you're doing." You know what I say to her? "It's okay, Lorena. I felt that way too. I know exactly what you're going through because I did too. I thought these things were the biggest scams and pyramid schemes. So I can totally appreciate what you're doing. But let me tell you one thing that you're smarter than I am about. You're at least being open. I wasn't even open for years." So see, I'm complimenting her. I'm lifting her up. I'm telling her she's right. I'm validating her. Okay. Do you see all that stuff? And I say to her, what I recommend for you is keep yourself open and do research. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't do it, but research. Immerse yourself into learning something that might possibly, take you somewhere different. I said, and then I'll say, I say things like, you know why I know how you feel, why you feel the way you do? Because you didn't have anyone like me that was your sister or your mother or your cousin or your, aunt that actually made a life in this, and you got to witness it. And you got to be there and watch them grow up and watch it happen. You didn't have anyone. That was my thing. I didn't have anyone that did this. I only had a bunch of people that told me there were scams and that they were pyramids and that these things didn't work. That's all I was surrounded by. And I fell into that, so by me sharing stories that are relatable and understanding and not pushing her away and not making her feel like she's dumb or ignorant, get it? Don't go there. That's what I watch a lot out there. And that's what we all have to learn. I had to go through making people feel dumb. I had to go through losing friends. I had to go through saying the wrong things. I had to go through looking like a fool. I used to say, oh, that company is terrible. Our company's way better. Our product's way better than theirs. All of that is the wrong thing to say because you're still putting down the industry. Don't put down another company. Don't put down another product. Lift people up that do network marketing. Encourage them, edify them, promote them, give them kudos, give them shout outs, give them pats on the backs because they're in our industry. Make sense? Okay, questions? Anybody? Share something with me, anything.
Well, I have experience with you just in, like even today, I showed Darla a card that I was working on for my company, which is a real estate company, and it's something that we're sending to all of our agents. And just a small shift in words made a huge difference. It took it from not, well, I don't know, what do you say, Darla? Like almost like a victim type words into an empowering phrase, just by changing the words around it and eliminating one word. It was like the light went off. So words, and I had already sent the campaign, so I had to undo it and change the card and resend the campaign. But it was so worth it because now it's a good, strong, warm, embracing message.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, words are super important. And I always thought I was really good with words, and I am, but I'm getting better.
And the same with me, we're all better than somebody. We're all a little bit knowledgeable in, y'all are way better at reading, writing, and math skills than me. And I don't even know if you are, but I guarantee you that you are. Okay. But words are where I've really immersed a lot of education, time, and energy into. I have taken thousands of hours of coaching courses on communication, on connecting, because of my backstory of my salons. Being a young business owner, I had no credibility in the business world because I was a young kid. And then hiring people that were older than me to work for me, I wasn't getting respect. I had to learn how to communicate and connect. I had to learn how to understand personality styles, character styles, trigger points, what type of character style somebody is, who's analytical, who's visionary, who's an introvert, who's an extrovert, who's extroverted, introvert, introverted, extrovert, what are their trigger points, how do people vibrate, I had to learn what toxic trigger words and what, all of this stuff. So I've put in the hours and I've put in the time.
There's an art to it, and I have to go, you guys. I have to be on another Zoom, but love you.
Yes, love you too. So if anybody, yes, go ahead.
I have to say, this applies to anything that anybody's doing. I don't know if a lot of you know that I'm vegan, and the key points that you keep saying that why I became vegan is because I was sick and desperate to looking for something. So, the key words I wrote down here was I was open and I had to do research. And I had to really learn it quickly. And I, in applying that to my own health crisis, to now doing the vegan as another business option with, having I've gone to financial advisors and they also say, put everything in 3 buckets. So not all your eggs are in one basket sort of philosophy. And this is all part of the plan, I guess, for us to learn self-development and how to be secure with what we're talking about. And for me, it just shows me all the time that I'm on the right track, and it builds my confidence in just having our conversations and learning from you. And so, I'm thankful that our paths did cross and I'm enjoying learning everything. And, I don't beat myself up for nothing's a mistake. It's meant to be.
Yes, that's right. What's happening in our world is a perfect storm for many of us in our own ways, And so I want you to get excited about the future, but you gotta manifest your future. You have to know what you want. What is your BHAG? Do you know what a BHAG is? Big, hairy, audacious goal. What is your BHAG? Like, what is it? What is it that you want to be? What do you want to do? And you may not know, but you may know that you want to inspire and empower people. You may want to play a role in people's lives and bettering their lives. Maybe I want to teach people the art of relationships. Maybe I want to be able to set up their card systems in their businesses so that they can grow their own businesses. Whatever it is, you got to find that space, and you got to believe. You have to visualize that you're meant to be a certain person. If you can't visualize yourself being free and a millionaire and traveling the world, you're not going to be one. You have to visualize it and start taking, when I wrote my BHAG of my coaching business to have $20,000 a month in reoccurring revenue, it was a big, hairy, audacious goal. And now it's a joke. And that's been 1 month. Now I can clearly see $200,000 a month, clearly, because I learned the next layer of what I needed to learn because of the investment that I made into my mindset to be able to take myself to another level. So keep investing in yourself and keep showing and keep growing, keep reading. Get the book Sell or Be Sold. It's amazing. Read 12-Week Year. Read 10X. Oh my God, these books are amazing. Get yourself an Audible.
Thank you. Oh, snap.
I lost you. Are you talking to someone else, Linda? I can't hear you. You're muted.
How about that?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Oh, thank you, because I heard you and you and Jordan both sell or be sold.
Sell or be sold.
Book, and I didn't get it written down that time, and then I was like, snap, what was the book? So now I'm excited because I can go download that and listen to it.
It is amazing. I'm going to understand. I want to show it to all of you guys so you know what it looks like.
Well, I just did Audible.
Yeah, Sell or Be Sold. There it is. The 10X Rule is amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
The 10X Rule, Sell or Be Sold, 12-Week Year. Amazing books. And anyway, I got chills. Okay, any more questions from anybody?
No.
Did you take something away from this?
Always.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good. Rick, I appreciate all you do out there, my friend. I know I have been very, almost distant, seemingly on the outside, because I'm going from 4 a.m. to midnight, just working, focused, because I want to get to the next chapter and the next chapter and close the door and, get out of here, get out of the boxes, get moved, get the next chapter open, everything, a part of the plan. So I'm always here for you guys. If you ever need anything, just reach out. You know that. I love you guys all to the moon and back.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Darla.
Thank you.